So I was with you guys last week, right? And I'm traveling to Estonia tomorrow and to Malaysia on Saturday. We're based in Amsterdam and in Bogota and in Nepal. So let's say, for the sake of this conversation, that I see many different places where people help other people build companies, startup environments like yours, like Rubik Hubs, and cities wanting to push that forward, like Piatra. And what I always feel when I'm in your region is that there is this hunger and this enormous drive to push things forward. And it reminds me of me starting Rockstar about 7 years ago and launching my first company over 20 years ago. It's the same. It feels like we're in the same bubble right now, and a bubble in the best sense that we can mention it, because it's about, okay, everything is there. There's a willingness. Economically, we're picking up speed in every region in Europe and outside of Europe. There's talent, and there's this international language we all speak, and that's a language of opportunity. Sometimes, especially entrepreneurs that are pushing the limit, they're always ahead of the curve, right? Yeah. So you can't just see around the corner. And if we all could do that, then we would live in paradise. We can't. So you need people to go beyond that. And it takes courage to do it, and trust and faith, but it also takes people to know that you need other people that have this faith and this courage to actually do that. And the good thing about governments helping us, helping people grow economies, is that they need to put their trust in people that actually do that, people like you, because it's they might have a hunch, something needs to happen. We have the statistics, we have all the research material that we can find in every place, also in Romania, is that you need to innovate in order to grow economically. And then you need people to build that. And partnership with any kind of government is a very good thing. And I know what I'm saying if I refer to governments in many places of the world. They either control too much or too little. And I guess it's this balance of this public-private partnership to make it work. It's really, it's great if you find a government that buys into this mission. It's not a dream, it's a mission. You need at least 3 years to show that there's a way to profitability. Yeah. And you might, since we're changing the rules of the game, you might need 5 years to actually make it profitable. But after 3 years, you can tell this is going to work. And now we know how to scale it up, how to do it, and to start building things in order to make a profit as a region or as a company or as an ecosystem to thrive. Let's say 3 to 5 years, not faster. You need to, this is a long-term investment, but it will also look at I grew up in a region where this huge later conglomerate, Philips, started making light bulbs. And after that came the cassettes and the CDs and the medical systems. And now it's a thriving city. But that took them like 100 years to prove, to validate, to see if you can attract people that actually establish something. You need to be being able to embrace risk for the first 3 years to get to a point where you can see that it might work. Yeah. To launch is easy. It's easy to build a small fire. People will come and say, hey, what are you doing? And they love it. But to hold and sustain and root it locally, that is difficult. And that is why it takes 3 to 5 years to prove that. So what you need is people to hold and sustain that. So it's not about people kicking it off, people like you, but people to, after that, to hold and sustain. One of the good things about Startup Weekend now was that you and Adriana and David, you showed that it was possible, but you had the people doing it next year already in place. Alex, right? Alex is already present. So he saw how to engage and to facilitate this. So you can do it a second time. And it's like this, like these organizations where you have like every year you have a new role simply because you need to hold and sustain. So that is important. Well, last week in Piatra, that was a very good experience. I'm a jury or a judge or a mentor in many places, like I mentioned, across the globe. 2 continents this week alone, 3. So it's the level of what's the word in Dutch? It's called accuratesse. So it's like
accuracy.
Accurate, yeah. So it's specific. It's measurable, deliverables. It's real. It's not just talk. It's real. That's why Start Weekend is so good. Like no talk, all action. The level of professionalism, the knowledge, the stamina, the optimism. It's what I experienced in Romania was spot on. I could build a system there without even speaking the language. We have the same experience in Colombia, right? Colombia is getting out of this misery for 50 years, and now we are setting up an accelerator there. So it's about to run from next year on, and the willingness to do it differently at the junior level, like the people 20 up. It's amazing, and I feel that in Romania as well. And there's a need for that as well. It's obvious you have all the ingredients, and it's just a matter of the right support, timing, people, attracting talent, but I guess you have all the right ingredients, and you have the best view. I saw that.
Yeah.
Everywhere, freaks and herrings, dykes and ferries.